Hi, I'm Anthony from bestbluesguitarlessonsonline.com. In this video we will go deep into the origin of the most famous blues guitar double stop on the guitar. And the most famous double stop to play is this one in the key of A. The problem with this double stop is that if you're exploring it at first sight, it isn't really coming from any scale that you've probably just learned as a beginner blues guitarist. Like, it's not coming from the A minor pentatonic scale, because this F sharp note from this double stop isn't in it. And if you're wondering how to play this famous double stop, it's just the 7th fret on the G string and then the 7th fret on the B string. And we can also bend it up with a little blues bend. So you just push up the strings a little bit after you play it. And also if you're getting into a blues scale, for example, you can see that also this F sharp note isn't coming from that scale either. That's why the origin of this double stop comes from a totally different scale. It comes from the A Dorian scale. And this A Dorian scale isn't that common to play in this format that I played now in the earlier days blues, post-war blues, but it's really common to see the scale in the new blues with the newer blues guitarists like Matt Schofield and Robin Ford. They play a lot of Dorian. Guitarists that we looked at on this channel that plays a lot of Dorian, not in a blues context necessarily, but in another context, a more Latin vibe context, is Carlos Santana is really famous for using the Dorian mode. But you can see if we play this mode here, that this D note and also the F sharp note here on the B string, these two notes are present here. And what this tells us is that we found the origin, the scale, the structure of this double stop. But what this tells us also is that we can use this A Dorian mode over the blues progression in the key of A. And not only the double stop will work, but also this full scale, and it will give a really exotic feel. If you want to experiment with it, you can just play over any blues backing track in the key of A and then put this double stop over it or play the scale. And here's a little example of this. And in the last lick I used different outside notes, but in the other licks I used mostly the notes from this A Dorian mode. And you see it's a bit of a gnarly, exotic sounding mode. It's a bit fresher sound than just this old school minor pentatonic scale, but this of course can be combined. We can play different scales over blues. This is what makes the blues so interesting. It's one of the reasons why it's so interesting to study on a deep level. So if you like the video, subscribe to the channel so you get all the newest YouTube videos straight to your home feed. And also check out the website at bestbluesguitarlessonsonline.com. There are a lot of free resources to download there, like the How to Play More Advanced Blues Guitar Solos guide.